Alrighty, this should be a viable take. So let's see what I can take from the game. Yeah, super exciting, isn't it? Now, just because certain I'm going to get, I don't know, an axe and gravel. Isn't this fun? Sorry, I shouldn't be so mean to people, and I'm getting nothing from it. Obviously, you do have to use some reason to do this sort of stuff. So yeah, this is yet another attempt at doing this kind of stuff. So, moving on with basic IT knowledge. Minecraft is a great example of an 8-bit retro game. And what they mean when they say that is that there are only 8 bits in a byte. 8 bits in a byte anyway. But the cool thing is that it limits the amount of colours time. Basically, binary, it limits what you can create. So, if it's 1 bit, there's 2 options, yes or no. Wrong. However, when you take it to the next stage of going to, say, a 2-bit thing, you're really looking at something like 4 options, so it doubles. And the maths then gets kind of interesting and involved. Hey, wow, I just found iron. That's going to be useful. And so the maths gets kind of useful at this point to do what you need to do. And moving into more number systems, as the numbers go up, obviously a 3-bit thing, which I don't think you can ever even think of an example, gives you 8 options, because it's 2 to the power of 3, or 2 times 2 times 2, which of course, what, 1? I feel ripped off. Oh, that's tragic. Yeah, but basically it gives you 8 options. So because it's doubling every time, it gets kind of easy to work this sort of stuff out. And if you do any major computing stuff along in your life, you'll realise that these numbers are pretty much embedded in everything IT related. Whoops. So yeah, it becomes quite a useful little thing to have kicking around as a piece of knowledge. And so moving up this number system, it's basically 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, and 1024. Why am I stopping there? Because that's as far as my mind will recall instantly off the top of my head, because I'm that kind of nerd. The reality is actually that you get to 256, which is actually an 8-bit number. So getting back to our initial discussion about the colour palette, you should now realise that they can only display 256 colours in the way it's done. But they've worked out a couple of tricks along the way, so we'll get to that. So, yeah. And the reason 1024 is actually a useful number, and that's a 10-bit number, hey wow, good, more iron, is that 1024 generally gets used for hard drive allocations. And I know it's a weird thing to talk about, but hey, it's what they do. Everything on computers works in binary, so this is like a fundamental piece of knowledge. You ain't got this, you ain't going nowhere. Yeah, so who thought you would have learnt anything with all my Minecrafting? But yeah, so 1024 gives you, that's gravel, I don't want gravel, the fundamental numbers of how big a hard drive is. So instead of saying, oh, it's like when you go from a byte to a kilobyte, most people think you multiply it by 1000 because that's how it works in science with scientific numbers and notation. But the reality is actually no, it's 1024, slightly bigger. And so when they do the maths on the computer automatically, those numbers actually are a little bit out from what you see. And that's not too much of a hassle, it's just what it is. Let's do that. So it gives us a few options in terms of picking and choosing our number systems. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm collecting all this graphite. It's kind of useless. Yeah, so the fundamental number systems of computing are actually really important for what we do. So everything's built as this foundation. Yeah, getting back to the number of colours available to us. So what you'll notice is, well, looking around this, there's probably more than 56. Well, what they've done is they've come back with 4 separate channels. Originally it was 3. So you've got the red channel, which is red. You've got the green channel, which is inside, and the blue channel, which is sort of the sky. And that then gives us colours. So space-wise, it means when this stuff happens, it doesn't occupy that much space. So these colours, the colours used to define what surfaces look like, is not occupying as much space. So it means that defining one colour will occupy 3 bytes of computer memory. One for the red channel, one for the blue channel, one for the blue channel. And this then becomes how colours get defined in a computer. So, yeah, kind of what else can I do? Not much. I actually perfect here. Because, as you may know, there's some people out there which they can condition. So, let's start exploring some of this. Because as a wise man once said to me, somebody once told me, the world is going to roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kinda dumb, with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead.